in Bhagavatam, a lot of that deals with, how to free ourselves from the influence of the material energy. And the basic attachment to the material energy is the attachment to the opposite sex, which is the foundation from all other material activities. There's that verse from the Irish Shabda, the 5th canto, 5th chapter, 8th verse. Om samstriya mituna bhagavata trayor vidayanti ahor aho grihashekar sutaka datayar janasa mohamamamameti. And that Rishabdev's teachings are actually considered those teachings that are meant for Paramahansis. That 5th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, is one of the most powerful philosophical teachings in the whole Bhagavatam. And he goes right to the point. And he explains that the relationship, the attachment between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. And he says, based on this misconception, he doesn't say conception, he says misconception. The hearts become tied together, and from that all other things ensue. Which means that there's home, and then there's responsibilities with wife, children, bank balance, land, and so many other things. It's all based on the bodily extension of life. The living entity basically is part and parcel of Krishna. And the living entity has an eternal loving relationship with Krishna. We come to this material world, and we somehow or other forget that relationship. And we do forget it. And therefore we act in such a way as to find substitutes for that relationship. So the basic principle of that is what we say, the attraction to the opposite sex, which is very natural. And Prabhupada said, boys attracted to girls attracted to boy. It's natural. Says you don't have to kind of formulate it or philosophize it. It's just natural. What is that natural attraction? What does it stand for? It's actually the feature of a relationship with Krishna that's devoted to the material energy. This is called Adiras, the original loving relationship between the soul and the Supreme Soul. And that loving relationship is both, it is unique and it is pure. But when somehow or other that same desire becomes diverted to the material energy, it becomes in the entanglement of the material energy. So we can imagine, at least we can hear, how powerful the soul's relationship is for the Supreme Lord. So when that same powerful energy gets transformed by material consciousness into something material, then what happens is that one gets very much attached to the happiness that comes by this type of association. And based on that misconception, the whole material world unfolds. One thing after another. And then he ends the verse, Janasa Moham Yama Mahamaneti, the concept of I and mine. This is I am man, I am woman, I am whatever, I am Britisher, I'm American, I'm Indian. These I concepts, these are very strong within the concept of material life. So many I's, bodily I's, and then the I am old, intelligent, from this family, I am. And then mine is a little less, what we say, gross. I mean, it's a little more gross than the I concept in this. This is mine, my life, my family, my home, my money, my possession, my life can go on. The list is endless. So these things are janasa moham. Moham means illusion. The living entity has nothing, not something, but nothing to do with anything material. But somehow we're here. So we have to get out, or we have to come back to that proper consciousness, which is pure Krishna consciousness, which is the only thing that can satisfy the living entity. The Maya is here in the form of various attractions and allurements. And that those attractions and allurements are what we call stumbling blocks. That which trips up the, what we say, aspiring sadhaka in his struggle to become Krishna consciousness. And out of those obstacles, two remain foremost, and that is wealth and women. Both of them are pretty much similar, and they also go together. Wherever there's one, there's usually the other. But it all starts with a desire to enjoy. And so when we try to enjoy, we look towards the material energy for that satisfaction. And because we have a body, there apparently seems to be a need to fulfill these desires. And therefore the opposite sex is just naturally there to, like we say, facilitate that need on the material level. But this is all illusion. How do you get out of the illusion? Or how to deal with the illusion while you're trying to reach the reality? I think that's the better question. How to deal with the illusion while you're trying to reach the reality. It's not like the soul is anything different than its eternal loving relationship with Krishna. The four ashrams, brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyas, are places of spiritual cultivation. That's basically what they are. And how to make advancement in each one of the ashrams. But there's an advantage in the brahmacharya ashram. It's a very good advantage. And Prabhupada said if you're on a journey and you're going from one place to another, the less baggage you have, the faster you can travel. And generally it's easier to travel. So brahmacharya, another word is light. I guess the word is light, like L-I-T-E, not light this kind, but light like in weight. Brahmacharya affords one to, how do we say, focus 24 hours a day on what is in the goal. Whereas to move into the other ashrams means to divide one's time. Now I'm not saying one ashram is better than the other, but I'm saying that in the brahmacharya ashram there are certain opportunities that afford one easy access to Krishna consciousness. In the sense that time, you have that time, where in the other ashram you don't. So many other responsibilities which devote one's attention away. But Prabhupada also said, he told Yasodhati Nandana, he said, you're walking along the road and you see a big rock in the middle of the road and you pick it up and you put it on your back. He said, that is Grihastha. I mean, you could be still walking with the rock. You can still walk with it, but it's much slower and much more arduous. But some people like rocks. So, or they prefer rocks. Or it's too hard to walk freely. So the understanding is how to practice Krishna consciousness in such a way that allows ourselves to make rapid progress. Now, material energy is there, and the opposite sex is there, and we're constantly in contact with that energy. So there's a certain etiquette that helps one to deal with that, what we say, allurement or association in such a way that it's less entangling.